I'm Caleb. Please like and subscribe.
Welcome back to another Crypto Bros
And a Holly Girl
podcast. Today's going to be really interesting, isn't it?
Fire.
It's going to be fire.
Yeah.
Wow, Caleb.
The tone of this podcast may be way different than any other podcast we've had, as we're pretty much all dreading this. Not just a little bit, but a lot. So if this thing abruptly ends at the end of this podcast, you'll know why. But before we go any further, let's introduce our guest. If you want to make him full screen.
Yes.
I always have to remind you.
I know.
As most people know, this is Blair with M Protocol. He's a community moderator. Thanks for coming by.
I appreciate it.
We appreciate you taking some time out of your day and coming to talk with us. So let's talk about a little bit of crypto, because there's some pretty cool stuff going on right now. When it goes to, I wanted to start with Glow. So they are getting ready for their V3 token, which I'm pretty excited about. You don't see V3s very often, but one of the things that they've kind of let out and talked about ahead of time is that it's now going to reflect in BUSD. It's going to reflect in BBTF, and it's going to reflect, I believe, in another token that they haven't named. If you guys have heard what that third token is, feel free to share that, but I have not heard yet. There's going to be a conversion for it. It's going to make the value of each token higher. I don't know what the decimal points on it. You'll get the same amount of money, but you will end up with less tokens. Kind of like what SafeMoon did. I mean, that's exactly what happened to my SafeMoon bag. It was worth exactly the same, but it didn't. I didn't have as many.
Yeah.
Because I was really proud of that number, and then I got it. It was the same money. I was like, oh, that number's not so cool.
I remember everybody freaking out. It's like, it's the same. Just go with that.
So,
Jeez.
but there.
I know what it is.
What's that?
I know what it is. It's 9% BUSD,
Yes.
1% BNB, and 1% BBTF.
Okay.
So it's 11% total reward payout.
Okay. Good.
Nice.
So, and to just touch on that a little bit, I heard some people talking about the fact that the conversion, why would you do that? I don't have as many tokens. I think there's a psychological advantage to that. When you're talking about people that have more zeros in their bank accounts than I can ever imagine having, they have a hard time investing in tokens sometimes that have 9 zeros in front of them. Because is this thing going to make it? Is it not? When it gets closer to that penny range is usually when you see big time buyers. I know we consider some people in the ecosystem whales, but when we're talking about big time buyers, they usually like to jump in somewhere around that 1/10 of a cent to a penny. We saw that with some of the tokens early on with Doge, things like that. So I think there's a psychological advantage to that too. So I know not everybody's going to be happy about it, but for me personally, I think it's probably the right move. I think it's coming at the right time. For those of us who believe the bear market is coming or the bull market is coming, it would be nice to have this done before that, and so that they're ready to rock and roll whenever that all gets there. So
What about the Badger market?
I'm not into the Badger market because they don't really give about anything. So. But the next thing I have to say, and it is a crypto along the lines of a crypto talk, is I wanted to give a shout out to the Misfits. After we do our podcast, a lot of times it takes a long time to edit and render, and we have to wait for YouTube to do its thing. And we have some downtime, and so we just jumped into their Discord. Was it just last Friday?
Yeah, Friday.
And hung out with them all afternoon, and it was a blast. It was an absolute blast. Yeah. For those of you who don't know anything about the Misfits, check out last week's podcast when Whiskey was on there. Check out their Twitter. Check out their websites. Just get involved in that community because there's a lot of good people there. And for the record, if you do hold NFT, they do like to play poker. Should we announce who won poker on Friday and Saturday?
I think you want to, don't you?
This guy won both days.
Yeah, and Blair said no.
Absolutely not. But when I saw you guys were in the Discord, I personally DM'd Whiskey and was like, you have to remove these guys. So, you're not allowed to play anymore.
Oh, wow.
Blair, you got third place though.
Hey, if you're not first, you're last. So
Yes.
Yeah.
Second is the first loser.
It was a lot of fun though. It really is. So check those guys out. They're just good people, and we like to surround ourselves with good people, and it feels like we found a nice little group there. That Blair, you've been kind of in and out of there for a while. Can you speak on kind of what I'm saying about the Misfits?
Yeah, absolutely. Just really good people, and it's a deegan space for me. So that's why I told Whiskey only certain people can join.
Uh-huh.
But it's really a group of people where you can go in and you can chat about anything. Neil is somebody I've sort of befriended. There's a few others in there as well that I like to poke at, Verway and Dragon. Just really good people, and you can tell good people from a mile away. So that's why I enjoy talking in there and obviously get involved with them. And I will go to war for those guys any day. Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's one of those spaces too where nobody's digging for inside information, nothing like that. People are just being people, and they're just having conversations. So
And it can go anywhere, in any direction.
Yes, that conversation can go anywhere. But I just wanted to give those guys a shout out, not only for coming on the podcast, but for accepting us and allowing us to hang out with them. Our plan, I think, this afternoon is to go hang out with them for a little bit longer while we're doing the editing and all the fun stuff behind the scenes. If we can still talk and
we're alive.
sit still.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I don't know what this afternoon is going to bring. We'll get to that. We're just going to keep talking for hours and hours, and maybe people will just turn it off, and then they won't know, and we won't have to do it.
Do not timestamp because they're going to skip straight to that part.
Oh, yeah.
No, we're not going to do that. But, we broke it down, the segments in our podcast, for the Hollitivity and the Caleb's Choice and the taste test. I have a feeling this taste test may be one of the highest viewed ones we've ever had. So,
Yeah.
another thing. Yeah.
Holly's stoked.
Holly's happy about
She
it.
is stoked.
It seems like more of a fake smile today, Holly. Are you going to be okay?
It really is, you guys. I'm trying really hard to sit here and just look happy, and I'm not. For the first time in a long time, I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah. This is probably the first podcast we've ever done that I was not looking forward to.
Yeah.
And it all has to do with the very end. So I'll try to keep a smile as we go through this thing, though. Whew. But also, I did want to say something, too, that's in the news that popped up when I woke up this morning that I saw about SafeMoon, that there was a lawsuit that was brought against them by some of the investors, and it got dropped. I don't really want to concentrate that much on the lawsuit and get into the legalities of all that sort of stuff, but that should be good news for all holders. If there was a case there, that thing would still be in court. The one thing that I'm curious about is, you think that the community or SafeMoon themselves will ever receive an apology?
No.
That's the bad
No,
side
but you know
of
what's
Twitter.
funny is the real SafeMoon believers, the real holders that, just our ride or die SafeMoon, we knew. We knew that this was going to happen. I mean, and so that's why a lot of us were just kind of like, whatever, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. So today is like a win for all of us that believed that this was nothing.
Yeah. And I think the only way that you get back those people that were involved in that would have to be some sort of an apology. And I don't think we're going to see that. But you are correct. It is a win. Unfortunately, I've seen some people get dragged into that too, though, that they kind of follow that and said, well, if there's a actual lawsuit, it must be true. Maybe some of those people will come back. I don't know. It goes along the lines of unifying DeFi and the communities and not dividing them. But it is worth noting that did happen, and that is not still on the table. It's not in the court system anymore. So kudos, because like you said, Holly, it is awesome to know that that's over. So just wanted to touch on that, since that's literally what I woke up to. I don't know when it happened, but that's what I saw this morning when I woke up. So, and the last thing I wanted to talk about before we start talking to Blair and asking him a few questions is DFS Mafia, which we talk about a lot. They've opened up their staking pools, and it is working flawlessly. And for those of you that may be invested into it, I go straight to their website. Do not click on any shareable links or anything like that. Go straight to their website. Go to the source. You can stake that. You can get tokens back of that. The returns are pretty good. They are delivering on every promise that they've made. So we're pretty stoked about them. And on that note, their CEO and founder is going to be on the podcast next week, which I'm super excited for our audience that doesn't know much about this token. We've actually been following it since early January, and it launched, I don't know the official date, but like the last week of December. So almost since it's been around. Their platform is up and running, but we'll get into all those details next week. But for those of you that do own Mafia, because I do know there's some out there, they've reached out. The staking is live. Check it out. If that's what you want to do with it, do it. Best of luck to you. But that's a project to definitely keep your eye on for sure, I believe. So, all right, Blair, you're up.
Hot seat.
You're in the hot seat. But first off, I think most people probably know who you are. But just introduce yourself.
What's that?
What'd you say, Holly?
Okay, Holly. You know what? Just for you, Holly.
Oh my gosh! No, Crocker.
Yeah. So they someday, Holly, you might wear some Crocs.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Things change.
You know,
Things
she's
change.
going to be the person that tries them on, Blair, and then she's never going to wear anything else.
Yeah.
She's going to have 50 different pairs, and
No.
no,
We may have a pair for
there might be something floating around somewhere. But Blair, you're the community moderator of M Protocol. Can you explain to us what that is, what that means?
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously, just involved with the community. So if you guys have noticed, almost anytime there's a question floating around and it finds a way to my feed, if another community member tags me in something, just ensuring that the community knows the answer to questions that we do have the answers for and that we can address immediately. So just ensuring that the community knows that, hey, we've got a voice, and if we have a question or concern or whatever it may be, we have team members that are absolutely responsive. So working on that, and also obviously bringing in other communities currently. I think you guys may or may not have seen some of our spaces with XRP community members. We've actually got some interesting Cardano community members. We were supposed to have it yesterday, got rescheduled for next week, but those guys are also willing to hold a Spanish space for us. And I actually have had a good handful of holders that will DM me in Spanish, and I've got to go tap the wife on the shoulder and translate for me. But we know that our community is broad and from each and every part of the world, obviously. And we look to hopefully bring a Spanish space to the community as well this shortly.
Very cool.
Nice.
Quick question on that, though, because I do see you all over Twitter answering questions. Do you ever sleep?
I've got a 4-year-old that is absolutely nuts, and I probably sleep literally, not exaggerating, 4 to 4.5 hours a night. I sent a picture in our group chat the other day. I work from home, except for Wednesdays, and I'm working from home, and my boss was calling me, asking me why am I not productive that day, and I sent him a picture, and I walk outside, and my son's literally got the hose running into our tree and made a puddle, and he's literally swimming in mud. Very excited.
Yeah. Adventures.
Boys will be boys.
Wow. Yeah, no, I will tell you, Gotti has been on the podcast before, and he was very adamant about community and being a community member. I believe you as a moderator have to hold that same sentiment, because I see you everywhere. Like we talked about, we actually ran into you in the Misfits Discord. I've seen you answering some really tough questions, but being in the forefront of that and never shying away from that. So I just take a second to commend you on that, for being so accessible in the DeFi space, sometimes that's not the case, but you guys do a really good job of being out there, even when it's not easy. Unfortunately, it's not always easy, is it, Blair?
I learned that very quickly. It is not.
Let's talk about that for just a second. Okay, so you guys launched the BTC in protocol token. I believe for the most part that went pretty smoothly. There wasn't, I can't recall any major issues, anything that may have popped up. I think you guys got taken care of very quickly. And then we had the BNB launch, which was super hyped. Probably not any more hyped by you guys than the first one, but by the community, because they were very, very excited about it. And a lot of people were stocking up for that and getting ready to get into that. And then it launched. And do you want to explain what happened, maybe in better technical terms than I can explain it? Or do you want me to tackle that? What happened at launch?
No, yeah, I think the community is very aware of what happened. The blockchain is very accessible, and if you go in there and you play around with clicking on wallet addresses, you can directly see what occurred.
Yeah.
So obviously we, as M Protocol, with the prior vision of not holding pre-sales, trying to be innovative and looking to see our own liquidity, which is powered by Blockbuster's tech, obviously. So with the success of the BTC MP launch, we wanted to continue that trend. If you saw my response to a lot of questions and concerns about the MPBNB launch, it was always, hey, we're going to follow a very similar blueprint. It will be different, but we're going to follow a very similar blueprint. And we never go into spaces, we never answer questions with asking the community or promoting it. It really was community driven, and we know that rewarding in BSC was critical, not only to our holders, but also to our entire ecosystem that we're building out and how we're going to be rewarding a multitude of tokens. So essentially what occurred was we launched the token. From a technical standpoint, the contract was nearly exactly the same as the MPBTC contract. We see slightly less liquidity, which obviously would also deem some more variables in which the chart could increase significantly faster. And obviously there was a what we like to call a bad player, and they were able to successfully get in the first, I believe it was 6 transactions. I can't recall exactly, but they were able to get quite a bit of the supply initially prior to any actual users. So that led to a bad experience chart-wise for us, and obviously liquidity-wise as well, from that initial first few seconds of launch. And we were at the forefront of that. We addressed that, and we obviously have a plan moving forward to ensure that it doesn't. We do our best to ensure that it doesn't happen again.
Yeah, and as investors too, we at some level, maybe some more than others, maybe some less than others, know what some of those risks can be. But I know that you guys are always active and you are always looking to make things better. And I'm not asking you to tell me exactly what it may be, but is it safe to assume that you guys have got some things in place to ensure we don't have a repeat on the next token?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So a few of those things are obviously the community, really want to pre-sell. So number one is we're going to hold pre-sale, allow a certain amount of period of time in which those that would like to participate will have the opportunity to participate with a pre-sale, as well as on the technical side. There's a coding in which, if you guys aren't aware, in which basically the contract is, even though the liquidity is seeded, it's still not active for trading. So there's a code that basically a switch that gets swapped, and you have to sort of trick any of the bad players that are looking to have the first few get in at the first few transactions. So that coding will be different moving forward as well.
Okay, cool. Very cool. I knew that you guys had things in place. I just figured it might be better for the people watching to be able to hear it from you than for me to try to explain it. And then I didn't want to misspeak on that. So I appreciate you being open about that. But speaking about the M protocol, is the XRP still the next token that you're planning on launching?
Yes. As of right now, we are actually working on staking to
Okay.
launch. That will be our next plan of attack as of today. As we know, things potentially may change, but as of this moment in time, staking will be next, and then the next mirror protocol will be XRP currently.
Yeah, see, it seems like while we film this podcast, every Friday something breaking news happens right in the middle of it. And we don't keep our phones on us because we don't necessarily want to pick up on the mic and stuff like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if there was something launching right now that we have no idea about. But no, it's really cool that you guys are able to do that. I know staking is becoming a very big thing on the BSC chain. People really enjoy doing that. There are pretty good returns out there, so I think that's probably a pretty good step for you guys in that direction. But
Yeah.
what besides that, Blair, what else are you super excited about or just looking forward to when it comes to the M protocol as a whole? Is there any one thing that, piques your interest or, helps you get up a little faster in the morning or however you may want to word it?
Yeah, I think what I like to do is, especially being a part of the team, is we get back to ground zero with what we're building out. And I think with all the excitement around the launches and the expectation of, hey, I want my bag size to be a certain amount, we sort of get away from what Mirror Protocol will eventually be built out to be. And what Mirror Protocol is specifically going to be doing for our entire ecosystem is attracting holders of all different areas. So we've got the Mobility partnership in place, and a certain numbers there in which we'll obviously have our marketing. There, Don has also talked about some things maybe in New York as far as advertising for Mirror Protocol. So that will potentially be coming here in the near future as well. That's in the plans. And really our staking is the number one thing that I'm most excited about. I think we all see a lot of the excitement around staking in our community currently. And it's going to be very new to our community. Not only that the staking is going to be exciting, but it's going to be literally a first of its kind staking in its entirety of DeFi, never done before, and how we're going to be operating our staking. So I think once we actually roll out those details and we roll out the map and how it'll actually operate, the community is actually going to be very excited and understanding how the entire ecosystem is going to function.
Yeah, and we would never ask you when, but it sounds like that's sooner than later, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yep, very cool. Is there anything else about M protocol that you want to talk about before we move on to maybe a couple more personal questions? Like anything you want to get off your chest?
Yeah, absolutely. One thing that I want to throw out to the community, and I don't know if anybody caught on to it or if it's just maybe something that they heard but really didn't pay attention to. But there's this little thing called mirror swap that we're working on as well. And there's a word that Gotti used in his last interview that I'll repeat. And I hope the community pays attention a little bit to it. It's called cross-chain liquidity.
Yeah. Yeah. I wasn't sure exactly how to bring that up to you. But we do just not to get into our personal finances crazy, but we do a lot of things on a lot of different chains. And when I read that, I was like, yeah, okay. I could get excited about that because that's not necessarily always the easiest thing sometimes. So I'm really cool to read that and see what that turns out to be. And I'm glad you brought that up because that was one that I had kind of written down, but I was like, I really don't know how to even bring that up because there's not a lot of information out there on it right now. But that's going to be pretty cool, man. We're really looking forward to that. So let me ask you this. Outside of crypto world, what kind of stuff gets you excited? What kind of things is Blair into?
Yeah, I'm a big basketball guy.
PG wise.
Did you?
Wow.
Yeah, love you, Blair. Just had to give you a hard time.
I heard Hennessy a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I was thinking that. Yeah.
That's actually what popped into my head as I asked the question. I was like, oh, yeah.
Hey, next time if you guys get Gotti on again, just ask him what's on top of his fridge. I won't say anything more than that.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Wow.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But I'm a big basketball guy, so I love basketball. When I was a child, that was my my outlet. I used to literally play from 4 p.m. till my mom would come outside and chase me with her belt, trying to get back inside the house. So, big basketball guy. I enjoy bowling. I used to bowl when I was a kid. I was pretty good. Poker a little bit.
Just a little bit though.
Yeah, it pains me to say poker a little bit.
Wow.
You know what happens to me, Blair, is every time I talk back, I end up just getting it right back. So I'm sure I'm going to get destroyed in the next poker tournament, but at least I got one notch.
Or something.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Who's your favorite basketball player?
Right now, obviously LeBron.
Oh, wow.
That's who I wanted to punch in the face. And one of our, I think Holly asked the question. I wanted to punch LeBron in the face. I was afraid you were going to say LeBron.
When you said that, I want to punch you in the... No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So when we meet in person, you and I are just going to immediately start wrestling.
Yes. Peter Griffin on the
We'll hash
chicken.
that out.
It's funny you say that about basketball, though, because Caleb and I growing up were basketball nuts. And literally, our dad would have to come outside, not once or twice, but walk out into the driveway and almost grab us and go, "It's time to come inside." He wanted to turn the light off outside. Out in the country, we've got these just random yard lights that the electric company puts up. And you could take the bulbs out of it if you paid money, and he was too cheap to do that. But we would shoot until whenever he made us come inside. So it's very cool. But last question, maybe the most important question before we get into some of the other stuff. And you seem like a really good dude, so I know that you're going to be honest with this, even though it may be tough. How many pairs of Crocs do you own?
Right now, I'm on the lower end, so you guys have seen me comment on a lot of the guys that post shoes. So I'm actually a little shoe head, I guess. Sneakerhead is what they like to call it.
Yep.
I like to rotate pairs though, so I don't like staring at shoes that I know I can resell and just stare at them when I walk into my little office here that I've built out. So right now I've got 3 pairs. I've got the Carrot Crocs that I sent a picture of not too long ago.
Yeah.
I've got Holly's favorite. These are the ones I wore to Vegas.
There you go.
Was these? Got a white pair laying around somewhere around here.
Awesome.
That's actually on the low end, Blair. I figured it would be higher than that.
I'm disappointed you don't have tie-dye Crocs. I feel like everybody has tie-dye Crocs.
I don't.
Not
me.
Yeah. I think I actually have 3 pairs too.
Camo.
2.
Holly, it sounded like you were judging us a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
I like the tone.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Blair, she's not in a very good mood because of the taste test.
It's the anticipation.
She's angry.
You guys, I'm like, holy crap, we're almost done with this segment.
Yeah, does anybody else have anything they want to talk about for an hour before we move on to the torture test? All right,
Let's
well,
just do that first.
now we got through all that. Blair, is there anything else that you wanted to talk about before we move on? Anything you wanted to bring up? Or if not, that's cool, and we'll turn it over to Holly, but floor's yours if you want it.
Yeah, just real quickly, what I'll say is I've only been in the community maybe 3 months roughly, as far as like my face being in the community. I was poking around for a little while, and everybody's been welcoming. There's some intelligent people in this space. I like to go into the chats, and I like to make a lot of jokes, and I play around a lot, but I do like to harvest a little bit. I'm a little younger. Holly likes to say I'm 19, even though I'm not 19. I'm a little bit than that.
I didn't figure you're over 16, so I guess we're good.
I even posted a picture the other day. I had the privilege and the honor to go back to the house I grew up in, roughly, I believe it was February this year, and remodel the house I grew up in, which my mother bought for $3,000 when I was a child. I grew up, a little rough, and I think we all have in one aspect or another, whether that was financially or just however that may be applicable to our own lives. And being able to do that, we're now rented out to a family, a mother of 3 children. So for me, I've got big dreams, and my mother, her big dream is to open up a kind of what we're doing now, but at a much larger scale. And to be able to have a foundation that will eventually be able to do that, it's got to have money. You got to scale that. So in my professional career, I've been blessed enough in which I've been able to manage some pretty large locations. At a very young age, I've had some really good mentors. So to be in this space, to be new to it, to not know all the answers, to not be as technical as I probably am expected to be, being a part of obviously a company and a project in Mirror Protocol. The community has been very welcoming and accepting of me, and I'm always here to answer the tough questions. I jumped into a space with Dan Robinson and Kevin Arnold as soon as after, I think that was a couple of days after the launch, and I was even getting DMs like, "What are you doing in there?" And everybody's terrified for me, and I was, "Hey, look, I'm a face. I'm a name in our community and in this company, and I represent it. And I want to absolutely ensure if there's concerns and I have the answers, I want to make sure that people know that they'll get their answers, and I'm here." So I just want to say thank you to the community. I want to thank you guys. You guys have, when I had like 12 followers, you guys were one of my favorites to kind of go back and forth with. So that's really nice.
Yeah, and man, you kind of touched on it, that it's easy to figure out who good people are if you just pay attention. And that's kind of when we started migrating and talking with you in different channels and things like that, because you just seem very genuine. And that's awesome, because it's not, I won't say it's harder to find, because we've been on kind of the same journey as you and in the community. We've been doing this for many years, but we've only been on Twitter since March, but we've really only been in the community for like the last, I don't know, 3 to 4 months. But people have been very welcoming, and it's been really cool to run into people like you, and there's too many names to name, but it is very unique, and it is very welcoming, very supportive. And I just would say kudos to not running and hiding when things weren't going well. It was, for a guy that invested in that project, it was very nice to see you out in the forefront. I wondered about the DMs, because I've been in the professional world, and I wondered if there wasn't going to be somebody go, "Blair, what are you doing, man? Like, go take a nap or something. Let's not do this right now." But kudos for doing that, man. And once again, I know we won't be able to talk later after the taste test. Thank you for coming on.
Get it all
we
out
do
now.
Appreciate that very much. It means more to us than you'll ever know. So thank you very much.
And one little final statement before
Sure.
us move on is, if we can take the wins in life, we also have to, you've got to be able to take the losses or the learning experiences on the chin even the more. If you can get in the box, I don't care how hard you hit, I don't care how good your footwork is, but if you can't take a punch, you're not going to go too far.
Yeah.
So I'm glad in a way, and I don't mean that literally, because obviously what was experienced was not happy at all, but to have my hit on the chin a little early, we've learned from it, and we expect to grow from it.
Yeah, you should put that saying on a T-shirt.
I like it.
Well,
I'll be back.
Speaking of that, Holly, the floor is yours for the Hollitivity segment.
All right. So today for Hollitivity, I'm really excited about the person that I chose. He has been my friend. I should say my best friend since the very beginning of my crypto Twitter, world. And he has my back more than anybody that's on Twitter. And I just appreciate him so much. He always has the wise words, just kind of exactly how, Blair is. But this is King Turner. So on Wednesday, he actually posted a tweet that says, "Your time and your energy are far more important. Protect it like gold." And then he posted a quote that said, "Maturity is learning to walk away from people and situations that threaten your peace of mind, self-respect, values, morals, and self-worth." So the reason I chose this is this week has been has tested Hollitivity. It really, really has. And, it's not, I can't really say that it's from people that, are fudders. I can't say that. It's been people within, and that it's been very hard for me this week, kind of getting to know who people really are. I I think my tweets this week have been more directed towards me more than anybody else, because I'm like, okay, I'm feeling this way. What can I say to help myself? So yeah, and I think people have noticed a little bit of a difference in my tweets. I've actually gotten DMs saying, hey, you know, I just want to say thank you for being who you are and, you know, sending these tweets out and stuff. And I'm like, well, little do you know, they're for me. So, you know, I am human and not, you know, I can't be super, super kind and nice all the time. However, I do try. I always tell people I'm kind until I'm not. And it's the truth, you know, you are nice until somebody pushes you not to be. And this week has been a real challenge for me, which is really surprising. So yeah, that I feel like I had to, you know, highlight this tweet and highlight King, because King is really, he's been one to be like, Holly, if it doesn't serve you, walk away. That's all there is to it. Like, and he is my ride or die. I will do anything for King. So he definitely deserves. And if you follow King Turner, you'll see every day he actually posts something every single day about, you know, just positivity, or, you know, how you should go about life and how you should think about things rather than the negative stuff. So I was really, he's one of my favorite people, and I think he deserves it.
Round of applause.
Yeah. All right.
Thank
You know, a funny story about that, Holly, is that when you sent us that tweet so that we could use it as the graphic, was going through it to make sure that we could tag him and all that stuff whenever we put it out there. And we used to follow him, and then we didn't. And I guess people say sometimes Twitter unfollows people.
Yes, it does.
I was like, okay, so just for the record, anybody else out there that we used to follow, if that happened, reach out, because I don't know how that works, but that's the first time I've ever experienced it. But one last question before we move on to Caleb's Choice. Blair, what are you drinking? Are you pre-gaming over there? Is that chocolate milk?
It's actually like room temperature coffee, which is actually pretty bad.
Okay. I thought it might have been chocolate milk, and I was like, he's over there cheating.
I thought I'd be so yesterday. I'll tell you a quick funny story as well. Is I went shopping for, I was like, I want a little shirt for the interview tomorrow, and I was gonna get this funny looking Bugs Bunny sweater. I thought it'd be hilarious to wear that, and I'm really cheap though, so you know, just how I grew up, and I'm really cheap. So I'm walking to go buy it, and I walk by like this little velvet looking weird.
I was gonna say, is that a velvet shirt?
And they had it on sale. So I was like, ooh, sale. So I look at it, and I'm like, this is actually something that I can not just wear on the podcast. I'll probably wear it out. And it was on sale. It was cheaper than the sweater. So I put the sweater back, and I grabbed a fancy little velour shirt to be funny. And here I am.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
it's cold in
That's
here.
what you're going to be buried in? Is that your shirt you're going to be buried in?
Yeah, you know. but it's like, I live in San Diego, and it's probably like 50 degrees back, so I'm like shivering. So I was trying to hopefully the coffee would warm me up, but it's
so over here on the west, the West Coast, we're experiencing a cold front, and so it is cold. I mean, what we think is cold. It's not like snowing or anything, but it's been cold the last couple of days.
So how cold is
I'm
cold?
over here like shivering too, which is kind of a good thing because I'm cold. Maybe something will warm me up in a few minutes.
It will. It's going to. I'm really sad that Hollitivity is over and that we have to go to the next segment, because each segment that we get, we get closer and closer to the taste test.
Yes.
But with that being said, it is that time.
It's time for Caleb's Choice.
His choice.
His rules.
All right. Our first question for today, guys. Who would you want to play you in a movie of your life? What celebrity or anybody?
Yeah, it's easy for me.
Yeah, it's real easy for
Adam
you.
Sandler. Easy
Yeah.
peasy, lemon squeezy.
You have a man crush on him, don't you?
Maybe.
Yeah.
No. Gosh.
I'll say Brad Garrett. Everyone loves Raymond. The
Oh,
brother.
Oh.
That's actually really good. He could pull that off.
Yeah.
I can
Or
see
Bob from Bob's Burgers.
that.
If I can be a cartoon.
That's a cartoon.
I can see that.
Growing up, everybody always said I looked like a younger Brian Dennehy, who would have been like Chris Farley's dad on Tommy Boy.
Okay.
Of
Yeah.
course, he's dead now, but so I guess him if he was alive. I don't know. I don't think I really look like any celebrity. So, what about you, Blair?
Yeah, so actually two people come to mind. When I was a kid, I don't think I do now, because if I look like him, I'd probably like be dating a model. I used to get this thing that people say like I look like Tiger Woods. So I don't know. I don't see it.
Oh yeah.
I can see that. No, I can see that.
I don't see it, but either Tiger Woods or, and this would never happen, but Barack Obama, just because I love his voice. Like, I could listen to Barack talk all.
That's cadence.
There's a slight resemblance there too,
Yeah.
a little bit. I can get behind that. What about you, Holly?
So two come into mind. I would want Kristen Bell to play me because she's quirky and funny, and that's just like, yeah, that's my jam. But there's also the girl that plays in The New Girl. If you've seen The New Girl, her personality and my personality are exactly the same. It's ridiculous.
Zoe
I mean,
Yeah, Zoe.
Yes,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
And I feel like her character, if she played me as her character on The New Girl, then yeah, like that is who I am. It's the weirdest thing. Everybody always like, as soon as they watch the show, they're like, "Do you know you resemble her a lot?"
Yeah.
I'm like, well, yeah, kinda. I see it. Yeah.
I've seen that show. That's a good show.
That is a good show. Yep.
Mm-hmm. She's just kind of like quirky and has that, more of the innocent yet feisty side to her.
Yes.
So like she'll say it like it is, but in a nice way. And I feel like that's exactly how I am.
Do you randomly just fall like she does?
Oh my, you guys, I don't randomly fall. I bump into everything. I have bruises everywhere because it doesn't matter. I just bump into it. It's terrible. It's ridiculous.
It's happening.
It's
It's
When I
happening.
think of Holly, this is what I think of Holly. Okay. You guys know how like in the movies they'll have like the guy, the guy with the halo on his head, and then they'll have the pitchfork guy up here. Holly has 3 pitchfork guys over here, like giving her bad ideas, and then you got one good guy. She obviously tends to go with the good guy more, but when she goes with the bad guy,
I do. I'm nice until I'm not, you guys. I'm nice until I'm not.
I think that's a lot
First
like
thing she told
Caleb.
me.
Everybody
side.
always says he's a gentle giant, but I've seen him mad like twice, and that is not good.
Yeah.
Like it's bad. So hopefully you guys aren't ever mad on the same day while we're filming the podcast. Or it might not be a good one.
I've never seen him mad ever.
You've never seen Caleb mad?
No.
Oh man, that's not good.
Maybe
People
after
might
this,
die.
it might be.
Today's the day.
He's
Might be-
going to bash your head at the table when he eats that chip.
All right, guys. Second question is: what's the most unusual thing you've ever eaten?
Oh wow.
I can go first.
Okay.
We had a family, I think it was a Thanksgiving get together. I had barbecued raccoon. It was on accident, but it actually wasn't that bad.
Somebody was trying to prank the
He
entire
was trying to
family.
prank-
Accident. Oops, I
yeah.
ate raccoon.
It was a little stringy, but it actually tastes like pulled pork to me.
Oh,
Did you have another one
gross.
too?
It was different, but
No.
Did you have 2?
no.
Oh, okay.
No. Raccoon was mine. What about you?
I don't know. I've eaten a lot of strange things.
We've eaten a lot of strange things on this podcast.
True.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe squirrel.
Squirrel?
Sure. Maybe that. Maybe that's the most exotic thing. I don't know.
I think I'm about to eat the most strangest thing in about.
This doesn't count, though.
Yeah, you gotta eat it.
What about you guys? Do you guys have one?
Nothing too abnormal, but you know those little packages where you can get the salted grasshoppers or like little
Oh,
different
gosh.
insects?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. If it,
Uh,
yeah, go ahead.
one of those packages before. They're obviously they actually taste fine, so it's not like grabbing an actual grasshopper and eating it. But we did that as kids. We used to order those things and eat them.
Oh yeah.
That was actually what we were going to make Holly eat on her first podcast, and Greg talked me out of it.
We used to eat sardines a lot as kids.
I ate a
Remember
worm.
that, the mustard ones?
Oh yeah,
Earthworm. I guess
They're
that's probably the
cheap.
most.
you ate an earthworm.
I ate a earthworm to impress a girl.
So how did that work out for you?
Not. I mean it. It didn't taste like anything.
Didn't
No,
impress
did
the
it
girl.
impress a girl?
No.
Well, yeah. See,
She just
I
thought I was
didn't figure.
stupid.
Well, Holly, what about you?
I mean, it definitely is thanks to you guys because I'm so picky that like I will not eat unusual things. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go with so far because of you guys. The jerked alligator jerky
The
is
jerky,
very
yeah.
unusual for me.
Yeah,
I
that's
would
good.
never eat it on a normal day, but you know,
It wasn't
you guys are
bad though.
amazing.
It was that or crickets, Holly. So,
Yeah, yeah.
but did you think it was horrible?
No, because honestly, it tasted like just regular beef
Yeah.
jerky. But the problem is, as soon as you remember, oh, this is alligator, it like makes your stomach turn a little bit, or it did for me because I wouldn't normally eat that. So, yeah.
So yeah.
I think the most unusual, I just remembered this, when I was in my 20s, for whatever reason, we were at some weird restaurant, and they actually served rattlesnake. And I tried it, and it wasn't horrible, but I didn't eat like more of it. They actually had, it was like, it wasn't, didn't have like the head on it or anything, but it was like wrapped around like it would, and you would cut pieces off of it. I ate 2 pieces.
Really?
It
I
wasn't
tried.
horrible.
Well, you wouldn't
It
buy
was
it again.
very expensive though.
Yeah.
I remember being in my 20s going, why did we buy this? Like, I can't afford
Is
this.
it around here?
Yeah, it was up by by Coffin Stadium, across the street in the old Adams Mark.
Yeah,
There
the
used to
old
be a
Adams Mark.
really weird but
They had alligator
sophisticated.
up there too, didn't
Did
they?
they sell alligator
Yeah.
there too? Yeah. Oh, actually, the reason we did is because our uncle was stationed there. They actually put him up in that hotel for like 3 months or something like that, and we visited him, and then that's when I tried it. And weird, but not awful. So,
Okay. Last one for today. It's an easy one. What's the last song you listened to? Mine was Holly Jolly Christmas.
I think it's all for us. 'Cause
Yeah,
it
I
was
think so.
blaring it on his computer before this thing started.
Yeah, I guess that's.
You can pick something
Last-
else.
Besides that,
Yeah, besides what I played for you guys.
Oh, the last one that I actually listened to. It's probably Luke Bryan. Fast.
probably.
Okay.
Mine was
Probably.
Busta Rhymes. Let's go.
Busting around.
I've been putting together a mix for my basketball team, and so I've been listening to that a lot. That was the last one I actually listened to. That wasn't from Caleb's computer blaring Christmas music. So.
All right.
Holly, what about you?
Oh gosh, it was just literally right before the podcast. It was Imagine, the Beatles. I love the Beatles, so I have a whole playlist. But that was the last song that I listened to.
That's a good one.
Blair?
Yeah, just looked on my phone. There's an artist called Blast, BLXST, an R&B guy. I think what's the song name? I forgot it already. Overrated. He's got a ton of good songs. I like R&B, hip hop.
Yeah.
I'm a simp. I like to listen to the
Simp.
a little bit. Whatever.
Yeah. Awesome.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
If you guys couldn't tell by the velvet shirt,
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
fancy.
Holly, what's your question for today? And make it long, because after this, we have to eat the spiciest chip in the world.
I know. I'm like, holy crap. Okay, I need to prep.
Yeah.
My question for today is, what color is a mirror?
A mirror?
Holly,
Yes.
you're breaking my brain.
Well,
It is all colors.
That's your answer? That's your final answer?
Yes.
I'll say silver. I don't know.
I'm with you, Caleb.
Yeah.
I was gonna. I think it's silver too. That's when I look at it without anything, it's silver to me.
Blair's got an answer.
I got an answer.
All right.
Reflections.
Yeah.
That's the color.
There you go. That's
Reflection.
nice.
See?
Yeah.
All colors. Whatever it reflects.
Yeah, I was gonna say chrome. I mean, I don't know what else to compare it to, but silver, chrome, something like that.
We like reflections.
Somebody else talk about something.
We're not
Okay,
ready.
I'll talk about something. We got our next segment.
Yeah.
Oh, let's dive right into it. I know it's easy for me to say.
Oh, are you prepping or are you
I'm flipping, yes.
for like
We
after
wanna
the
talk
fact?
about what we're getting ready to do. And,
Before.
Yeah.
like he can't.
So before we get started on this, we like to be 100% honest and 100% transparent.
Holly.
But and we've already let Holly and Blair know this, but for medical reasons that we will not get into, Greg cannot participate in this. It's not even an option for him.
Nope.
He tried to be a tough guy and not
Yeah.
say anything, and then I remembered and we talked about it, and it's for the best that he doesn't do that because we do not want him to end up in the hospital.
Yeah.
And then the more we thought about it, it actually wouldn't actually be a bad idea because we need somebody to run the controls when this all goes bad. But guys, it's time for the taste test. It is. Does anybody know how to pronounce that? Pocky?
Hakui?
Pakui?
I like that.
Okay, I'll put that back on there. So, I actually.
Oh my god. I'm scared.
Well, you were chugging the yogurt over there.
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Oh, ice cream.
Oh, ice cream. Okay.
Ice cream melted.
I'm nervous for you guys.
Oh, yours is melted already?
Blair's going to be in trouble. Now, are we going to do a contest that see who can last the longest without taking a drink or?
No.
No, just whatever.
No, yeah.
Boy, these gloves are
I will
horrible.
lose, okay? I don't even care. I'll lose. I'm
Man, I'm nervous for you guys. Oh my.
That's all right. Kevin's going to punch you in the
shaking.
face.
I can't even put my gloves on.
I
You
can't
guys-
either.
They're
These gloves
broken.
are horrible.
Like, I'm not even worried about the heat. I just your gut, man.
I'm so scared.
Are you guys actually eating the entire chip?
Yeah, that was
I'm
the
going
poll.
to. Yeah.
That was the poll.
I think
Mine
that's
broken
Isn't
half.
it better?
Actually,
too,
I
though?
think maybe breaking it. I can't even
I'm
get these
gonna-
gloves
when
on.
I
Look at
break
this.
mine in half
Mine-
and then put
yeah.
it together.
That's what I'm doing.
If
Oh,
I can even
shoot.
get the gloves
I
on.
can't do this. I don't think I can do this.
That's what I was wondering. It looked like you're getting ready to clean your bathtub or something with like hydrochloric acid.
Holly,
Oh my gosh, the chip is black.
Yeah.
It says it's going to turn
No.
your tongue blue.
Oh,
I can't, you guys. I don't know if I could do it. I'm like scared out of my mind.
Hey, you and me both,
Want
but
me to eat it first?
no, not first. I can't
Oh.
even get these gloves on.
you
I haven't even got the chip open
Oh,
yet.
and it smells awful. Awful.
careful.
I read somewhere that
Yeah,
it
it's
doesn't
supposed to
taste very
like
good.
Booty.
Like booty.
It tastes bad.
Tastes like booty, is that what you said?
That's what he said.
Oh man, it didn't open right. I have to
No.
bite it.
Oh.
I'm shaking, you guys, like shaking ridiculously.
Can you just open that without? There's a little
Ooh,
slot
yeah.
in there. I can't do it with these
yeah.
gloves on.
Oh, he's all in.
Kevin doesn't care.
Yeah. all right.
Wait, do we have to swallow it?
Yeah,
I think so.
people are gonna be mad, Holly.
I think you can.
You know what I care. I don't know if I care about people
Yeah, I wouldn't care, Holly.
right now.
All right.
All right,
You
so
do-
I'm
you do
just for
whatever
the
you
record, it came broken. I stacked it up, just so everybody sees it. Yeah, I'm gonna take a drink beforehand.
You do whatever you need to do, Holly.
this is gonna be so bad.
Yeah, it is.
Is it that
I
time?
think
Oh,
it's that time.
Ugh.
3,
I can't. I'm scared.
2, 1. All right. Now we really have to do this. Are you guys ready?
Oh
No. No. Okay.
Okay.
All right, guys. We were just kidding, but this time we're really gonna do it.
Blair's
3,
glasses.
2, 1.
Troopers. Oh, your tongue's blue. You're a Smurf.
It's hot.
Is it? Well, you're taking like a man.
It's really hot. Oh.
It's hot.
Wow, you guys are doing really good.
Woo! Make me hiccup.
Oh yeah, Eric.
Oh, no way. Mm-mm.
There's handling it.
How long has it been, Greg?
It's been about 30 seconds.
Uh,
Are you guys not eating nothing?
not yet.
Are you?
Woo!
Oh, my tongue's blow.
Yeah.
You guys, I don't know. Oh,
That's bad.
shit.
I need some of those paper towels.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Hurry up, dude.
I'm trying. There you go. You need some? Oh, wow.
Oh,
I need
my hand is shaking.
Oh my gosh.
This is.
Are you gonna drink something so I can?
Good.
Just do
Sure.
it. Just do it. Don't try to be too tough.
All right.
Oh, shit.
You're doing good. Real good. Everybody is.
Oh.
Holly, how are you feeling? Oh.
I can't talk.
I'm not sure. I can't. I'm like sweating.
Oh, my tongue.
Blair's handling it pretty well. Caleb's handling it pretty well. Josh is.
I'm struggling over it really bad. Ooh, it's hot.
Well, you know, normally I would
Really
trash talk, but
Oh.
I don't think I got enough ice cream.
Oh, my God. My ice cream is melted. I'm just going to shove it in my mouth.
My nose is running like there's no tomorrow.
Guys, I did not recommend that. Oh.
yeah, I was told not to do it by
Oh.
somebody. I wish I wasn't going to anyway,
Woo.
but
How long is this supposed to last?
It's not going away.
yeah,
I feel like it's getting even hotter.
I think it does for about 5 minutes.
What?
I mean, seriously, I
How
think
long has it been?
Not very long.
it's not. It hasn't
I
been that
have more
long.
The
paper towel.
Safemoon army is going to hell.
Ooh.
I need more ice cream.
Wow. Well, everybody's handling it better than I thought, though.
Are you like a freaking machine or what?
You are, dude. Water doesn't.
You're not
It's
drinking
hot.
nothing.
No, I did.
He is.
There's
Oh,
water.
I feel like every time I open my mouth, it gets hotter.
It's not getting less hot. It's hotter. Oh. Oh. I may have to run off camera in a second.
Is that the
I
same
think
thing?
mine. Here, try this one.
This is probably more potent.
I think it's probably more potent.
Wow, you guys doing really good.
Oh.
Well, you got any more crypto news for us, Josh?
No, bite me, Greg.
Maybe when your tongue stops turning blue is when the taste will go away.
Well, it needs to stop turning blue.
I don't. Whatever it's called, the spice. What is it?
That's the positive thinking.
I don't know. Read the thing,
Well,
Greg. I
yeah, here,
can't
I'll-
even
you want me
talk.
to read
What does this one?
Ethan trying to approve it. Show us your tongue. Wait as long as possible before drinking. Post your reaction. No, there's nothing there about it wearing off.
There you go. Spices. Which ones?
Oh, yeah.
There's
It's
pepper and
Carolina Reaper pepper, scorpion chili pepper.
What the hell, scorpion?
Yeah, scorpion.
Oh my gosh.
It feels like that.
It's bad. It's real bad. I don't think I'm gonna die, but
It will shock you.
I feel like if
Blair,
I cough,
sorry, Blair. That's pretty bad.
yeah, Blair, I meant it when I said I love you, and I sincerely apologize. This is bad. Oh, it make my eyes water. That's
Well,
the same
Holly's
dance you
dancing
do
now.
during Caleb's choice. Anything that you guys have tasted that makes this better? Like milk, is it working? Ice cream?
My ice cream makes it work for about 5 seconds, and then it wears off, and my tongue's on fire again.
Well,
Nothing's working for me.
nothing's working.
Uh-uh.
Time heals all wounds, right? We'll go with that. Well,
Yeah, so whatever. However you want to end it, I'm
I'm trying to lick the ice cream off my melted wrapper.
Oh, man.
well yeah,
All right,
I
can-
guess that's
can we say-
Is your tongue still blue?
a little
Not
bit.
bad.
Yours has a
And
little
mine,
bit. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
mine is.
Oh yeah,
Um,
it is.
Can we make
Come on,
a...
Blair, let's see if you cheated. Holy crap.
This is blue.
Can't talk much or it's worse.
Yeah, the more you talk, the more.
Can we make a pact between the four of us that we'll never do that again? Ever?
This hurt.
Okay.
Never again.
Ever. That's one time, Safe Moon Army, where we lived up to our word. We're never doing it again. Woo!
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
guess that concludes the podcast.
Anybody else
So-
got anything to say?
I mean, I'm feeling good.
Oh. Okay.
Weekend.
Have a great
Great.
weekend, guys.
What, Holly?
Nobody likes to brag. A bragger.
I'm sorry. Whoa. Everybody be kind.
Have a great weekend and God bless.
Remember that. All right.